Okay, so here's part B to the problem that we didn't do. I'm doing this separately in another video here. Um, how much time does the air traffic controller have to get one of the planes on a different flight path? Because as you can see, these two planes are on a collision course, right? Um, we know that right now, at this particular moment in time, one plane is 300 miles away, right here, and the other plane is 225 miles away from the point of collision, which is here. This is the point of collision. Now, if the each plane is traveling at a constant speed, that's not changing. Okay? So that's fixed. It's not changing, it's fixed. All right. Each plane is traveling at a constant speed. How much time do you think at this point in time when the plane is 300 and when it's 225 a mile, how much time does it have? Well, it's related to the distance between the two planes. All right. Because right now, the distance between the two planes, um, when we took, um, when we found when x was equal to, let's see, 225, right? That was given to you in the problem. One plane is 225, so that's this guy right here. And then when y, which is the other plane, was 300 miles from the collision course, all right? Okay, so miles. Okay. So far that's where they are right now at that point in time. Okay. What was the distance between them at that point in time? Well, the distance was represented by s, all right? And when we found that distance, it worked out to be 375 miles. Okay? So they're 375 miles apart at that point in time. All right. Now, I don't know if you remember, but this really comes down to a formula that you should have been using in algebra days and so forth, where distance is equal to rate times time. Do you remember that? Well, if you don't, that's what you should be using. Question is asking you how much time does the air traffic controller have to, get one of these at right now at this point in time when x is 2225 and the other plane is 300 miles away and the distance between them is that, how much time does the air traffic controller right now from that point on right here right now at this moment? Well, if you solve this equation for time, it would tell us. All right, so the distance between the two planes, this should be the distance between the two planes right now, which is 375, divided by the rate. Divided by the rate, all right, of the rate of change between the two planes, right? Equals time. Now the good part is we know these two quantities right here. We know that the distance between the two planes, when the one plane is 225 miles away and the other one is 300 miles away, the distance was 375. So if you're wondering how the solutions manager came up with that, that's how they came up with it. All right. And then, what's the rate or what's the speed at that point in time right here? Well, we just figured it out from A. We just figured that out. Okay. So that's the good news. We don't have to do any more calculations right there. So, and now notice here, when we put in the final answer for this here was negative 750, right? But when we're dealing with the rate here, we want the absolute value, that speed, the speed of the plane, right? The speed is given by the absolute value of that quantity. So we don't put in negative 750, we just put in 750. All right, and this is miles per hour. Okay. Now, when you do the dimensional analysis right here, the miles will cancel out and it just leaves hours. Okay. So the time that the air traffic controller has, when you do the math right here, Well, 375 is a half of that right here, right? So when you reduce that, you get 1/2 hours. So basically, the air traffic controller has a half hour, 30 minutes to get one of these things, planes, off track, or it's not. Well, it's goodbye. All right, they're gonna collide right at this point right here. All right, based on the present rate of each plane, because they're constant, and based on the position where they're at right now, based on these factors right here. So, and that's how they came up with half an hour. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. And now, as usual, takes me a while to end this recording because I'm using the touch screen. Um, so bear with me. F